The opening face-off is ready to go, and it is won by Trinity. Back to Ryan Glass on the defensive side.
In the neutral zone, Lebrecht chips it up the board. Now it's finally sent into the Trinity end by Giroux. Check behind the net, and they play to the boards. Brandon Boss has him momentarily. He takes a check from Wozlak. Puck up the board. Giroux holds it in. Booth with it behind the net, sends it up the board, tries to get it up to DeZillo. And now they finally break the zone, but the lead pass for A.J. True is not true. It goes all the way for an icing. And just 14:26 into the opening period here, we're going to have a face-off to the right of Ryan Brewitt.
Little long on that pass as they broke out of the zone, so we'll get back into the Trinity defensive side here.
Well, Bedford's been doing a great job on the forecheck. Backhanded into the Bedford zone. Purcell behind the net. He gets checked. Puck is loose still. Arhad Vadia comes up with it. Sends it up the board. Held in there by Popkin. Sends it back behind the net.
Ooh,
where McDonough has it. Sends it in front of the net. Saved by Guimont. Another save through a screen. Vadia tries to clear it out. This is going to be held in by Popkin. Now it's taken out of the zone. Still in the neutral zone. Finally chipped back in by McDonough. But Vadia plays it. Pioneers make a change. Are they too many men in the ice? Nope. Clean change there for the Pioneers. Puck sent up the board where Will Scott tries to backhand it out of the zone. Trinity doing a pretty good job of themselves on the forecheck. Now finally fired in by Tim Purcell into the Trinity end.
Couple good hits there on that line. Brett Nyland came off at least two physical checks there, as well as who was it? I think it was Will Scott with another physical one across the back side of the boards there.
Owen Roberto took a hit from Boss just now. Still trying to come up with some kind of possession. The puck is being held in the Trinity end, but both teams are kind of going back and forth on possession here. Clarity loses it to Owen Roberto, tries to center it, but it's intercepted. Here come the Pioneers 2-on-2 the other way. Long shot just wide of the net. Greer sends it up the board, but it's intercepted by Saltzman. He takes a big hit and goes down. The physicality continues here in this game. Now Brian Greer flips it high, floats over the Trinity net. Held in there by Shea Lucantoni. Now Trinity has to retreat and try the other side of the ice. No luck there. Lucantoni's on the other side now holding things in. He tries to get it over to Plant, goes too far. And now Brady Watts clears it out of backhand here. Is this going to be an icing? It will be. I noticed there's a number 21 on the Trinity roster. We don't have him on our roster. Do you see one?
Andrew Reed.
Andrew Reed, thank you very much. Usually we try to prepare as much as we can ahead of time, but sometimes we don't get the information right. Puck is dropped, goes into the corner. Nyland checks his man, sends it up the board. Giroux takes a shot from the point and deflected there by Nyland, goes wide. Close call there for Bedford. Now coming the other way. Here's a shot on goal, saved by Guimont. He kicks that one away. Quinn Booth with that shot. Now A.J. True gets the lumber up on Will Scott. Centering attempt by Trinity. It gets tipped in the zone and knocked out of the Bedford end.
Yeah, Guimont got a stick out there, made a nice play on that pass from behind the net. He came up big early too with two quick saves on his doorstep. Kept Bedford in it here early on some defensive breakdowns as they break out again.
Now here comes Quinlan Kerr.
Good touch.
Into the Trinity end, but Trinity doing a great job not giving Bedford any room to operate. A little holding there that they got away with on Wozlak in the corner. Up to the point. Here's Vadia's shot. It's high. Kind of topped it. Owen Roberto gets it on the far wall. Still fighting for possession there with Wozlak. It finally squirts out, goes behind the net. Where Cole Popkin gets it, tries to clear it out. Held in though by Owen Roberto. Pulled it out of the air. Roberto goes down, blows the tire.
Yeah, good job getting it deep though.
Wozak behind the net. Couldn't hold it in. Now the puck is there loose, and they break out. Nope, that's going to be an offside there. Can't do that, Wozlak. Still in the Trinity end, touching the puck. So we're going to get an offside here on Bedford with 10:33 to play. No score between Trinity and Bedford.
Yeah, you mentioned it. No team has really had possession here. They've been scrapping along the boards a little bit, fighting for possession, but nobody's really established themselves in either zone.
DeBonville against La Jolla on the faceoff. It goes into the Trinity end, chased down by Reed. Up the board now. And finally broken out of the zone by Booth. But he can't hold on to it. Luke Moores takes it away. Connor Lebrecq now in the forecheck. Lebrecq now at the faceoff circle, tries to get it to number 9, DeBonville. He couldn't pick it up. Held in though, but taken right back by Trinity and sent out of the zone. Just barely, because it's brought right back in. Great forecheck here by Bedford.
Andrew Johnson got in there on the forecheck, as you mentioned, on the back check, was able to pull it back into the zone. Get some more zone time for the Bulldogs. But here's a breakout.
That's Booth. He takes a shot that's easily played by Guimont. Now the pass up for Quinlan Kerr. He gets held up. Couldn't make the play. If he had gotten away from that check, he might have had a lane to the goal. Into the neutral zone. It's picked up there by number 2, Ryan Glass. He brings it into the Bedford end. Goes behind the net. Salzman's there to play it, but Bedford takes it right away.
Nice breakout.
Pass up to Quinlan Kerr. He loses it. Chipped up into the air. Here's a hand pass. Oh, a big hit there on Clarity. Boy, the hits are coming fast and furious in this game.
Looked like Nyland might have gotten away with that. It was well away from the puck. He swooped in, got his hip in, caught the stick. I'm not sure he got much body there, but the stick went flying. It looked good.
Now it's behind the net. Clarity there takes another hit in the wall. Brett Nyland dishing it out here. Puck is pinned up against the wall. Now finally chipped out of the zone. Fired right back in. It goes right to Guimont. He plays it. Now Johnny Giroux with the long lead pass. It goes off the stick of Wozlak. Held in there by Will Scott. Nope, it wasn't. It was out of the zone. They're going to call it a offsides, and we get a whistle with 8:33 to play here in the first.
Looked like it just slid over the outside edge of the blue line. Couldn't keep it in, so it's going to come outside the zone of the Trinity folks here.
There's Wozlak against Booth on the faceoff. It goes into the Trinity end, behind the net, fired up. A.J. True tries to play it. He does, and he manages to break it out there to DeZillo. DeZillo carries it in, loses it momentarily, tries to pass it. Broken up there nicely by the Bedford defense. Still along the wall. DeZillo hands out a hit there. Now Wozlak comes away with it, gets it up to Roberto. Into the neutral zone, tries to send Brady Burke on his way, but it went too far. Now back into the Bedford end. Vadia chases it down. He's got Brian Greer with him, one of our honored seniors today. Shot right back in, goes off a Greer skate to Vadia. Backhanded in by Booth. And Burke takes it away, and Greer has it behind the net. Bedford having a hard time here with this very effective forecheck. Now there's a hit on Logan Plant, and this one's going to get the whistle. So the officials finally had enough of the physicality and decided to blow the whistle. They're going to send a Trinity player to the box, and it's going to be number 25, Charles Tremblay.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing, Harry. They were letting a lot go here. The physicality was ramping up, and looked like that was a boarding call there on Tremblay.
Actually, correction, it's 15. It's Caden Booth who goes in. So now with a 2-minute power play at 7:29 left here in the first, off the face-off. Puck is cleared out, and Brett Nyland's got to chase it right down. Nyland goes behind the net. He's got La Jolla watching him. Now Johnny Giroux carrying it into the Trinity end. Takes it right to the goal line. Sends it across to Owen Roberto. Nyland now floating the blue line. Takes a wrister. And Giroux gets a rebound. And both saves made there by Brewitt. And the puck is cleared out by Trinity. 1:27 to go here in the power play.
It's a good job by Giroux using his skates to get in, establish that power play, get the puck around a little bit, and ended up with 2 good shots for the Bulldogs.
Now Owen Roberto carrying it into the Trinity end. He has to run into Reed. Leaves it there for Nyland. Roberto gets it back down low. And it gets cleared out. Now here's a race to the puck. Finn McDonough gets by Nyland, goes around the back of the net looking for somebody to center it to. Tries to get it to Clarity, but he can't play it other than just knock it right back into the corner. And now Bedford has to reset here with 45 seconds to go in the power play, 6:12 left in the period. No score here between Trinity and Bedford. Giroux takes his time, gets it up to Brian Greer. Now to Wozlak into the Pioneer zone. Wozlak gets it up to Burke along the wall. Burke trying to set up the power play here. Greer across to Vadia at the point. Sends it back down low to Wozlak. It jumps over his stick. Burke gets it back behind the net looking for a lane to center. Now Quinlan Kerr at the other point. He just made the change. Can't hold it in. They have to come back out. Power play is over at this point. 5:29 to go in the first. No harm here from the first power play by Bedford. Owen Roberto able to hold it in at the blue line.
A couple decent chances on the power play, but otherwise they couldn't get a decent shot off as Trinity was able to stymie their attack.
Now here's a breakout. Tremblay takes a shot, bounces high, and leaves the ice surface. In fact, it even went over the netting, so one of the fans gets a souvenir puck.
Excellent job by Arhat Vadia getting back, getting a stick in on that shot. Deflected it high and above and out of play.
So now the face-off is to the left of Shea Guimont here. Lahoyro for Trinity. Puck is bouncing. Now in the slot. Shot. Ooh. Save there on A.J. True. Guimont is able to get the shoulder, and you can see the sticks getting up there a bit between Lahoyro and Giroux. So this game is definitely bordering on the chippy here.
Good reaction save by Guimont. Got his shoulder up and in the way. Now, glove down the rebound, prevented any other second chances.
Plant versus DeZillo on the face-off. It goes into the corner. Now shot by the net. Misses everything. Giroux now chips it ahead. Held in there. Giroux's got to come back for it. Now he clears it out. Ryan Glass gets it instead. Tim Purcell fires it right back in. A little bit of ping pong here, back and forth. Purcell. Now Lahoyro carries it in. Shot straight on Guimont. He makes a save, leaves it there for Purcell. Fires it up the board, and this is going to be an icing here.
Ooh, I don't know. Might not get there.
Nope, not quite. It was number 5, Luke Antoni, was chasing it down. If he had gotten a stick on it before he crossed the goal line, could have waved it off, but instead it's going to be a face-off now in the Bedford end to the right of Guimont. No score, 4:23 to play here between Trinity and Bedford. Here's Clarity against Nyland. Loose in the face-off circle, Nyland comes up with it. Now lead pass up for Kerr, too far, couldn't control it, goes into the corner. Kerr misses a hit by Boss. Goes up to the point, fires a shot through a screen. Puck is bouncing around, and they fired it right into the padding of Brewitt. He's able to save it. That was a very close call there for Trinity. The shot from the point by number 29, Brian Greer, and then the loose puck in the crease. I don't think Brewitt saw it. He kind of went through a screen.
Yeah, I think it got tipped along the way there, too. I couldn't quite tell who that got the stick in, but it was tipped on the way in.
Now there's a shot that's bouncing in the crease. Brewitt couldn't get a stick on it, but it's able to be cleared away. Now Nyland's got a shot. Saved by Brewitt. Oh, and Moores couldn't hold it in. Now Watts is coming the other way. He pushes Moores off, and Watts takes a shot that's swallowed up by Guimont. So action both ways here in this period with 3:43 to play, but still no score. Both goaltenders stout.
Yeah, flurry of action here, keeping everybody busy. No goaltenders kind of sitting on their sticks back in the net. Action is furious in front as they look to break the ice here.
Lahoyro, he gets his stick on it, sends it behind the Bedford net. Fired up the board to Brady Burke.
2-on-1.
Gets it up to Wozlak. Now here's Owen Roberto all alone with a
save.
shot, rebound, and still loose. Still loose in the net. Brewitt can't find it. Now it's behind the net. Another close call. That was a brilliant pass out to Owen Roberto, and then Wozlak was trailing. Brewitt made the first save. Wozlak picked up the rebound, and Brewitt was able to keep it out of the zone. Off the face-off.
They're keeping Brewitt pretty busy back here. He's made some good saves, been true to the task. Excellent opportunity for the Bulldogs. Goes by the wayside.
Vadia fires it back in. Now Hutchins plays it behind the net. Up the board to Finn McDonough. Cleared out, but now fired right back in by Purcell. Hutchins gets it again. Or actually, it's Finn McDonough. Chips it into the neutral zone. Wozlak now tries to settle the puck down. Instead, it's intercepted by Salzman, who fires it in. No score, 2:47 to play here.
Trinity
First period.
Goes for a change there.
Puck is fired right back in. Vadia has to chase it down.
The Bulldogs changed out their forward line.
Now the pass up along the board to Connor Lebrecq. He takes a hit. A Bedford player offside, so they have to clear the zone here. And that's Quinn Booth who fires it in. Vadia in the corner. Taken away there. Puck just bounced over the Bedford goal crease. And now turnover here in the slot. Shot by True. Knocked away by Guimont. Now Quinn has it again. Tries to send it across, but it's intercepted. Andrew Johnson, he loses it. Now Trinity comes back the other way. Quinn gets around Brian Greer, but Brian's able to recover and take the puck away.
He's going to go for a trip, though. Brian Greer, Trinity player number 28.
That's
Quinn Booth
Quinn
made
Booth.
a nice outside move to the right, got to his backhand and around Greer. Greer just tripped him up, and he'll go for two.
So now another power play, except this time for the Pioneers. They have 1:54 left in this period. Off the face-off, won by Bedford, but held in now by Brandon Boss. Gets it to Quinn Booth. Pass across to Jack Hutchins at the point. Waiting for it. A.J. True now in the corner. Across to DeZillo. Now Booth. Up high to Boss. There's a shot. That goes wide. Trinity recovers. Booth. Puck a pass to the near wall.
Good hustle
Nobody
by
home.
Giroux to get it out.
Yeah, nobody home, so that was kind of a misplay there.
Nice hit by Nyland along the Bedford boards here, right in front of the bench.
Now True leaves it for Hutchins. Hutchins gets it back, takes a wrister. That goes wide. Hutchins gets his own rebound on the near wall. Drifts behind the net. Centering pass to True. His shot is blocked. Hits a post on that shot. Still loose in front of the net. Bedford tries to clear it out. Boss holds it in with his hand. And now we're going to get a whistle here. We'll see what happens. Another penalty.
Yeah, John Giroux's been fired up. He's been giving the business to number 28, Quinn Booth. And I think Giroux's going to go for a slash.
No, it looks like it's Quinn Booth going off.
Quinn Booth's going to go. Maybe he slashed. I think he might have slashed Giroux down in the corner. So they were getting scrappy down there.
Well, maybe Giroux is trying to even up the side here by getting him to take a penalty. 55 seconds left in the Bedford call to Brian Greer. And now Quinn Booth in the box for Trinity with 2 minutes of his own. 49 seconds to go here in the first period. The face-off in the Trinity end goes into the Trinity corner.
Got 4-on-4 hockey for about a minute here. Opens the ice up, so those fast skaters should get some room.
Now Ryan Glass in his own corner trying to carry it out. Sent up to Lahoiro on the near wall. Lahoiro carries it in. There's a shot, and that's swallowed up by Guimont. We'll get a whistle. 28.2 to play here in the first period. 4-on-4 hockey. Penalties on both teams, but in about 34 seconds, just a few seconds into the second period, Bedford will have a power play, barring any more penalties here. So Lahoiro against Kerr on the face-off. Won by Bedford. Giroux has to fight off Lahoiro in the corner. Now he's got another player to fight off. Booth, Caden Booth.
Good forecheck by Trinity there.
Pass goes behind Johnson in the corner there. Fired back into the Bedford end. Vadia gets it to Owen Roberto, and he gets across the blue line. Gets around one man, takes a shot, and Brewitt is able to make the save. So that was a dangerous play right there by Owen Roberto.
Yeah, great job by Quinlan Kerr to stay on sides there. He was bouncing that blue line as Owen Roberto was dangling along there, gave himself a shot, but Quinlan Kerr stayed on side and helped facilitate that play.
So 23.4 seconds left here in the first, still 4-on-4 hockey. 30 seconds to go on the penalty, the Brian Greer. A minute 35 on the Trinity call on Quinn Booth.
We have just about under a second here to go in the first period. So this will be a puck drop, and that's about it. And we'll
no, actually it was 23 seconds just a moment ago.
Oh, okay.
Did something happen? Yeah, I think the scoreboard, now the officials are waiting here until they reset something here. Now it says 8.4 seconds. So I think we had some issues with the scoreboard here. Officials talking it over right now with the scoreboard operator to get a handle on exactly how much time is left.
Is it Jeopardy music playing in the background? Is that what you hear, Harry?
Not quite. I do think it's 23.1. I think that's the correct amount. Because
yeah, that would make sense with the player penalty. Of,
because there's 30 seconds left on the penalty, and Bedford was going to go on the power play with just a few seconds in the second period. So I don't think 8.4 is correct here. They're going to have to figure this out. They may just go, I think they're going to go with it though, because they're now explaining what happened to both coaches.
Stripes try to get a hold on what the time situation is. And what do you think of the first period so far, Harry?
I think both teams are playing a very physical game and not giving anybody any room to operate. There have been a few scoring chances. The better ones have been on the Bedford side, I think. Trinity's had a few themselves. But yeah, there's definitely there's definitely some bad blood that's being brewed here between these two teams, because they're being very physical. A lot of hits being dished out. Bedford started, then Trinity followed, and they're going to go with 8.4 seconds here. Off the face-off, it's along the corner, flipped out, held in there by Vadia. His shot and tipped in front of the net, and that's going to do it. So Vadia with the big opportunity, and Kerr almost tipping it by the Trinity netminder, but instead we're going to get a scoreless first period. Lots of action, a couple of penalties. No scoring though. And the teams finally do line up here at center ice. Roberto against Lahoyro. Bedford wins the faceoff. 3-2-1 power play begins now. Greer out of the box, and he joins the rush. Giroux flips it up to Owen Roberto. Gets by one man, being harassed by Lahoyro. Still with the puck in the faceoff circle. Floats behind the net. To Greer along the wall, up to the point to Brett Nyland.
Nice work by Roberto to get into the zone there.
Now Roberto floating in the faceoff circle to Greer. Roberto up high to Nyland, his wrister. That hits a leg. I don't think it hit the goalkeeper. Roberto gets the rebound back. Greer. They're just playing the near wall right now. Nyland at the point, back to Roberto, top of the faceoff circle, floating, looking for a lane. His shot is blocked by a stick.
Yeah, Ryan Glass got to stick in on that, deflected away.
Now Greer tries to center it, and Brewitt will just swallow it up with his pad. And we get a whistle here with 19 seconds to go in the Bedford power play. No score still between these two teams.
Yeah, Greer got it to his left hand, thought he'd just try to sneak it in past Brewitt, but Brewitt shoved over, got square to the puck and covered up.
Same lines out there, except Shea Lucantoni's out there. Back to the point to Nyland, across to Giroux. Giroux's shot, that hits the leg. Now a rebound by Roberto, gets another shot, and a rebound, scores. Owen Roberto stayed with it and puts the puck in, puts Bedford up with 5 seconds to go on the power play. Bedford up 1-0. And that was a play that started with Nyland sending it across to the other point to Giroux. Giroux's shot hit a leg. The loose puck gets over to Roberto. Roberto had 3 cracks at it. Brewitt stopped them all until the third one. Brewitt was on his back and Roberto had the time. Nobody got to him. and he was able to flip it up over Brewitt, and now they enjoyed the 1-0 lead here.
Yeah, he really stuck with it. You hit the nail on the head with that. As we get an offsides, and unfortunately that was Owen Roberto. But on the backside there, he's relatively left alone, and he had a first crack at it. Brewitt made the first save, but as you mentioned, he stayed with it. Roberto stayed with it, beat the flailing left arm with the glove, and found the back of the net for that 1-0 lead.
Now here's Roberto, gets taken down by Quinn Booth, no call. On the far wall, they get to the point, held in there. Purcell with the shot, that hits a leg. Vadia on the other side, gets it down low to Roberto. He centers it, intercepted by A.J. True, and Trinity takes it out.
I imagine that goal is going to fire up both teams as we get early in the second period here.
Hutchins gets a shot on goal, and save made by Guimont. Now Trinity with another shot and a glove save. DeZillo firing a wrister, and Guimont traced that all the way to his glove, and we'll get a whistle here with 13:05 to play. Bedford up by 1.
Face-off will come out to the left of Shea Guimont. Both teams change lines. Nyland will take the face-off against Clarity.
Puck goes behind the Bedford net. Brian Greer picks it up. Will Scott has it along the wall. He gets checked, and now it's sent right back in. Greer's got to follow it back down. Up along the wall, still held in. There's a shot. It floats to the crease or to the slot. Luckily, they fanned on that shot. And here comes Brett Nyland over the blue line. Gets wiped out by a number of Trinity Pioneers.
Really good back check by Declan Clarity there.
Now a shot on net by Clarity. Gets knocked over the Bedford net. Clearing attempt here. Quinlan Kerr gets it out of the zone. Now Luke Moores fires it into the Bedford end. Held in there momentarily by Kerr. Moores gets it. Now Kerr, he loses it momentarily. Puck is loose. It looks like a wrestling match out there. Guys are just all tied up with each other. Now the puck back into the Bedford end. Moores takes his man out. Brian Greer up the board to Luke and Tony. Luke and Tony can't control it, has to give it back to Greer. Out into the neutral zone, fired in. Cleared out once again. Tried to get it to Plant, couldn't do it. Ryan Glass sends it right back in for Trinity. Now Greer across now. Finn McDonough up to the point. His shot, that gets deflected just wide. Hutchins has another crack at it. Booth fans on his shot. Into the corner. Centering pass, Booth. He takes a shot. That gets knocked into the air. Clearing attempt is stopped. Sent right back down low, intercepted by Bedford. And now finally, Matt Lipinski gets a stick on and gets it out of the Bedford zone.
And Trinity responded after that goal. They've gotten a lot of good zone time in their offensive end.
Behind the Trinity net now. Lahoiro gets it up to Booth. He gets checked, loses the puck.
And we're seeing that physical play continue. A lot of good shoulder-to-shoulder hits from both sides.
Held in there by Giroux and now fired back out. It's going to be an icing call here on Trinity. And the faceoff comes back into the Pioneer end with 10:43 to play. So now the face-off is to the left of Brewitt. It's going to be Wozlak taking it. Puck goes into the corner. Owen Roberto, our goal scorer, behind the net. Gets it across. Shot on goal. Saved by Brewitt. They keep plugging away. Brewitt stands tall. And Brady Burke pays the price. Taking a shot. Kind of a well-deserved one. It's sort of an unwritten rule. You don't pound the goaltender. If you do, you're going to expect some pounding back.
Yeah, they're jamming away there, trying to get a little garbage goal, sneak something under the pads. And, you know, Brewitt was keeping the pads on the ground, covered up. He'll take face off to his left.
Off the face-off, Vadia holds it in, has to travel down the wall to get the puck in the corner. He centers it to Kerr. Kerr tries to get it in front. Can't do it. And now DeZillo gets it out of the zone, but turns it over. Now here's an opportunity for Bedford. Kerr Goes over, but Will Scott was just a shade offside. They're going to get a whistle and a face-off.
Tough call there. That was a close play right along the line. But you're right. Will Scott was in just a hair too early.
So now Nyland with the face-off against Quinn Booth. Puck hits Nyland and rolls into the end. Now fired right back in by Vadia. Hutchins is there to play it. He's got some room. Too far there for DeZillo. And the puck bounces into the Trinity bench. We're going to get a whistle here. With 9:56 to play, Bedford up 1-0 thanks to a power play goal by Owen Roberto. Face-off is at center ice. And now we're going to get a shift change here for the Bulldogs. Wozlak, Burke, Owen Roberto, Giroux, and Luke Moore is coming out.
Take advantage of that last change.
As is the prerogative of the home team. They get the last change. Burke fires it in, but it's held up there by Trinity. Now backed out of the zone.
Good
Wozlak.
patience by Morris there.
Wozlak has it. Burke takes a shot. That just goes wide. And Brewitt's able to cover it up. Roberto tried to take it away and maybe wrap it around the opposite side, but Brewitt got the glove on it and said, "No way, Jose."
Or no way, Roberto.
Yeah. Something. That doesn't have quite the rhythm. So here's the face-off. Roberto has it momentarily. There's a shot by Wozlak that hits the leg. He had two chances on it, actually. Now back into the Bedford end. A.J. True takes a long shot, and Guimont is right there. And, Guimont hasn't seen a lot of shots this period, and it's kind of hard for goaltenders sometimes when the play is always in the other end to stay sharp and keep your head in the game, but Guimont's been doing that. Off the face-off, it's controlled by Trinity. Ryan Glass being checked at the point. And it still in the Bedford end, although it's tied up there with Brady Burke. Still fighting for it along the wall. Glass at the point, he takes a hit. And now here comes Brady Burke the other way. Takes a high shot that Brewitt is able to glove, and we'll get a whistle here.
Yeah, Trinity bench didn't like that hit. They were throwing their hands in the air expecting a call there, and they won't get anything from the referees.
No, again, the physicality continues here. But, that's kind of on Glass because he acted like he had all day to tee it up, and he just waited a little too long, didn't expect the check to come his way. Now Hutchins with it up the board, taken away by number 24. That's Purcell, fires it right back in. Andrew Johnson lays the hit there. Puck goes out of the zone, right back in. Offsides on Bedford. We'll get a whistle at 8:42 to play.
Yeah, Vadia couldn't quite get there in time, and they'll take the offsides.
Now Logan de Bonneville here against Lahoiro. Shot into the Trinity end, not very deeply though. Now Lahoiro gets around his check, pulls up at the blue line, fires a long wrister. That goes wide of the net. Caden Booth tries
Great
to play
pass.
it. And now here comes Andrew Johnson the other way. His long shot knocked away by Brewitt. Puck comes out to the point, but Vadia decides to drop back just to be on the safe side. That's an offsides play. Finn McDonough just a little too eager to get into the Bedford zone and winds up putting his teammate offsides. We'll get a whistle.
Yeah, interesting call there. Vadia was in a tough spot right in between. If he stepped up and got the puck, he might have been able to keep it.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to kind of play it safe. You got the lead.
Sure.
Don't, if he gets caught, it's a 2-on-1.
Right.
So smart play by Vadia to drop back rather than keep the puck in the zone. Bedford controls the face-off. Now Brian Greer fires it up there for Kerr. He can't control it. It's right back into the Bedford end. Guimont takes a stick to it. Now there's a turnover. Centering attempt. Knocked away. Now Brandon Boss takes a shot. That goes wide of the net. Moore's long lead pass for Kerr. He misses everything. Finn McDonough instead fires it back in. Moores gets the loose puck in the corner. Up the board. Oh, and a big hit there
Good collision with Will Moore and
Reed,
number 21.
that was Reed.
Yeah,
Put
Reed.
the hit on him. Now here comes Bedford the other way. Kerr tries to feed
Ooh.
it into Nyland, but he couldn't quite get a stick on it. Now there's a shot
Ooh.
from the point by Will Scott, and Brew is able to catch that. So we remain at 1-0 with 7:31 to play here in the second period. Lots of action so far this period.
Yeah, some nice passing, stick to stick, tape to tape passes. Ended with a couple good opportunities. Will Scott on the backside there.
Quinlan Kerr is going to take this face-off, and he's going to be facing off against Quinn Booth. Off the face-off, Kerr gets it, floats behind the net, makes a pass to Scott. He fans on the centering pass. Kerr gets it back. Now Scott backhands it to the other corner, taken away there. Ryan Glass for Trinity. Sends it back now to Hutchins. Bedford with the forecheck here, finally able to tip it out of the Trinity end. Not far enough for icing though.
Yeah,
Greer has to come back for it. That hits a leg, but Greer picks it up and fires it right back into the Trinity end. Behind the net goes Glass.
Maybe a little too good a hustle there by Brian Greer. Couldn't quite get the icing call.
Giroux's able to hold it in there at the point. Owen Roberto drops it down low to Brady Burke.
Ooh.
His shot fires high over the crossbar. Burke gets the rebound, or Roberto tries to center a shot, score. Brady Burke on the feed from Owen Roberto. It's 2-0 Bedford. At 6:33 the second period, Owen Roberto picks up the loose puck, floats behind the net, finds Burke on the far side of the crease, feeds it to him, and Burke just buries it, beats Brewitt. Brewitt had no play on the puck.
You know, the shot right beforehand from Brady Burke sailed high, but it took a really awkward bounce off the boards in the corner, the glass, and it gave Roberto that opportunity to get it back across. And Burke cashed. Nice play, go up 2-0.
Now in the Bedford end, Will Scott backhands it to Nyland, who couldn't pick it up, and now Trinity fires it right back in. Another long shot that Guimond's going to hang on to. Really, in this period, the only shots on goal that Trinity has had have been from the blue line. Yeah, nothing close in, and I think the Bedford defense, the Bedford checkers, are in the heads of the Trinity Pioneers because they're not even trying to beat the press. They just take this shot from long distance.
Yeah, they've just been floating him in on Guimond. He hasn't really been tested at all, which I'm sure he's plenty happy with.
Now here's a shot that hits the stick and goes over the net. Kerr is able to chip the puck out of the zone.
Uh-oh.
And now here's an opportunity. Booth in all alone on Guimond. He fires it high into the netting. Guimond just stood tall and gave nothing for Booth to shoot at.
Stood tall. I think he got that with his shoulder, too, and deflected it high. Good for him.
Did it? I thought maybe it just went over. I couldn't tell.
Looked like his sweater moved on his right shoulder there, so I think he got a piece of that to deflect it high.
5:49 to play here. Bedford up 2-0. Goals by Owen Roberto and Brady Burke.
But you know what? This face-off's coming out, so you're right. I don't think he did get a piece.
No, I think the official said that he shot it right out. I mean, okay. I'm sure that Guimond put the shoulder up, but it might not have hit him there.
Sure.
Puck is back in the Bedford end, fighting for it along the board. Now here's a breakout. Owen Roberto one-on-one, tries to get by his man, tries to toe drag, but couldn't do it. Now cleared out of the end by A.J. True. This will be an icing on Trinity, and it is. 5:31 to go here in the second.
Players chirping each other, trying to get in each other's heads. You see a couple good one-on-one moves, trying to trip up the offense and defense.
Well, Bedford's in the catbird seat here now with the 2-0 lead. They can afford to sit back. I'm not saying they will. In fact, I would be surprised if they did. 2-0 lead's often the most dangerous lead in hockey. But if they wanted to just play the defense here, they're going to put a lot of pressure on Trinity to make something happen. They haven't done anything yet. Now the puck is chipped out.
I don't know if you saw that, but that awkwardly hit the banner over there. Although it's for the college, it did hit the banner that says Trinity.
Oh, that is quite the coincidence there. Of course, we're talking Trinity College. Face-off comes out of the Trinity end. It's at the offsides dot. Face-off Bedford controls. Luke Morris tries to send it in, but it's intercepted. Fought for it along the board. Now here's a trip. Logan Plant gets taken down, no call. Morris has it. Brian Greer fans on a clearing attempt. It's chipped back in by Trinity. Moore's into the corner. Has some time. Clears it out, turns it over. McDonough could have had a shot, but it went between his legs. Couldn't quite get the lumber on it.
Yeah, a little sloppy by Morris coming out there. He found a Trinity player right there in the middle, and another big hit deep in the left corner.
There's a shot by Brian Greer. It hits the leg. He gets another chance. It fires it into the other corner. Along the board, chipped up by Caden Booth. And now here comes LaHoiro up to Finn McDonough, who chips it in, and Trinity will take a change here. Puck is shot out of the zone. Cole Popkin has to chase it. Goes behind his own net. Puts on the brakes, tries to get away from the forecheck of Will Scott. Now here's a turnover. Nyland all alone fires a high shot. Misses everything, goes out of the zone. We'll get a whistle here with 4:06 to play in the second. Bedford up 2-0.
Yeah, crafty play by Nyland. Stepped into the passing lane, picked it off, had a little time, and tried to rise it above Brewitt's shoulder there. And Brewitt,
and this time they said it did hit Brewitt, so the faceoff is going to stay in the Trinity end here.
Yeah, he definitely got a piece of that with his shoulder, deflected it high and out into the netting.
But the Pioneers are able to bring it out. Now here's Brady Watts. He gets pulled down, and we're going to have a penalty on Bedford. That's kind of a flaky call, I think. I don't think it was intended to be a takedown. I think the stick just got caught up in his leg, Brady Watts, but now it's going to be number 24, Purcell. Tim Purcell going into the box there for Bedford. And now Trinity has an opportunity with a man advantage for 2 minutes. Try to get on the board.
Hey, you talked about veteran crafty plays there. I think Brady Watts actually held Purcell and yet still got the call.
There was a turnover. Now penalty. Is this going to be on Trinity?
Yep, high stick.
Oh my, talk about bad timing, because the play floated right out to one of the other Trinity players who had a pretty clean shot on Guimont, but the penalty was committed. The officials blew the whistle, and just like that, 4 seconds into the power play is erased. So Quinn Booth in the box once again, and the faceoff's going to come all the way back into the Trinity end here, 4-on-4. So that was not a smart play there by Quinn Booth.
You know, Coach Mike Connell's not going to be pleased with that. You know, 5 seconds into the power play, you take a high stick deep in the offensive zone and really kind of crush any kind of momentum they might have been able to gain out of that.
Now here back into the Trinity zone is Owen Roberto, one-on-one against Brandon Boss. He gets ridden into the corner. Roberto tries to get it to Wozlak. Wozlak not able to get a stick on it. Now here's a cross-ice pass that's intercepted by Vadia. He gets driven into the board. 4-on-4 hockey here. 2-0 Bedford up with 3:16 to play. Pass up now to A.J. True. Crosses the blue line, fires it wide. Giroux picks up the loose puck, gets away from his check, and just wrists it. But Jack Hutchins catches it in his breast, puts it down, and sends Ryan Glass in there. Glass's shot is knocked away by Guimont. Oh no, a big collision behind the net between Vadia and two Trinity players.
Yeah, Ryan Glass got a nice pop on Vadia, but he actually took out his own man too as we get an offsides call down on the Bedford side.
Bedford had a 2-on-1, but it was an offside, so that was kind of not a very smart play there. Blew an opportunity for a scoring chance.
Yeah, I think it might have been Anthony DeZillo back there behind the net there. Ryan Glass came in hard on Vadia, took Vadia out, but also got his teammate. Again, physicality continues.
Off the face-off, fired into the neutral zone. Bedford comes up with it. Quinlan Kerr in the slot, fires it just wide of the net. Kerr follows up his rebound. Glass fires it up the board to clear it away. And now a breakout here for Caden Booth, but he can't control it. Bedford shoots it right back. Moore is in the neutral zone to Greer. Moore's off the board. Taken away by number 21, Salzman for Trinity. Moores fires it right back. Quinlan Kerr has it. He winds up, hits Glass in the leg. Puck goes off the board, goes right to Brewitt, who hangs onto it. Will get a whistle. So 7 seconds left in the Bedford penalty on Purcell, and 12 seconds left on the penalty on Quinn Booth. So a little bit of a power play, about 5 seconds coming up, but we'll see how this works out. 2:01 to go here in the second period. Bedford up 2-0.
Fresh skaters on for both teams.
Giroux can't hold on to it. He's got to come back for the puck, but it's intercepted now by Popkin, carrying it out of the Trinity zone and into the Bedford end. Popkin gets by Giroux, floats behind the net, leaves it there for Clarity. He can't control it, and now it's cleared out of the zone. Quinlan Kerr getting the pass, fighting off a check there by Popkin. He gets knocked down. Nyland with the puck now. Trinity up, held in there by Vadia. Now Nyland comes out of the zone just to kind of reset. Giroux takes a shot, that goes wide. Vadia not able to hold it in, but he's got it in the neutral zone. Long pass up for Owen Roberto. He still has it, now loses it. Quinn Booth across now to McDonough, up in front of the net. There's a chance for Nyland, that goes wide.
Shifty move by Roberto to get that puck out front in the slot.
Now Vadia in his own zone. Less than a minute to go here in the second period. Bedford up 2-0. Long pass for Nyland, too far. Taken away by Brandon Boss. Now Giroux takes it back for Bedford. Crosses the blue line. His shot hits Boss's stick and goes into the corner. Jack Hutchins tries to send away his man. DeZillo couldn't do it. Taken right back by Bedford. Vadia off the wall to Wozlak. He fires it in. Intercepted by Trinity. Now here's a turnover. DeZillo couldn't control it though. 18 seconds left in the period. Now DeZillo, he's got a chance in the slot. Here's a shot and a save by Guimond, able to glove that. We get a whistle now with 13.6 to play here. Second period, 2-0 lead for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Harry, that's a tough spot for the goalie to be in. He's kind of lulled to sleep there. He's not seen a heck of a lot of action, so excellent way to get out his glove, take the...
Off the face-off, here's a shot and another save by Guimond. A.J. True fired it. He was able to take the puck away before it left the zone. 8.8 seconds to go here. Another face-off. It's going to be Quinn Booth here against Wozlak to Guimond's right. Puck is dropped. Oh, we're going to get a power play here for Trinity. That was kind of unnecessary. Brian Greer forechecked Quinn Booth. He didn't even have the puck. He just took him down. So now with 5.8 seconds to go, Greer's going to go to the box, and Trinity is going to have the man advantage here for the rest of the period.
Got a cross-check right into the back. And as you mentioned, it's kind of unnecessary.
He really wasn't going to get a stick on it. Bedford wins the face-off. They clear it out. That's going to do it for the period. So the good news is Bedford's up 2. The bad news is Trinity's got a power play for 1 minute and 55 when the third period resumes. All right, face-off, center ice. Bedford going from right to left. Booth versus Nyland. Trinity on the power play. They win the face-off. A.J. True with the puck. Backhands it to Booth into the Bedford zone. Vadia chases it down, but Booth gets away from him. Booth loses the puck. And it's chipped out of the zone there by Nyland. 1:40 to go in the penalty. Now Vadia gets the puck and fires it right back in. Goes all the way down deep. Wozlak tried to pull the puck up and get a shot on goal. Couldn't quite do that. Now Booth carrying the puck for Trinity the other way. Into the Bedford zone. Tries the toe drag. Gets by one man. Saved by Guimond. Now the puck in the face-off circle. A fan there. A shot and a wide shot there by Ryan Glass. Goes all the way to the wall. Trinity still controlling the puck along the wall. Vadia with the check. And now Nyland driving his man to the point. A shot from the point there by Brandon Boss. is spotted by Guimont all the way, and he makes the save with 57 seconds to go in the penalty.
Accurate there, Harry. He saw it the whole way, came from the point. Easy enough to track that in and make the easy stop.
Along the wall, Quinn centers the puck to A.J. True. He wasn't able to get a shot away, though. Close call there.
That puck was loose right in front of the crease there.
Now Ryan Glass,
Ooh,
his shot from the point, chipped there by DeZillo. Back to the point to Glass. He takes a wrister. Saved by Guimont. DeZillo gets the puck back. His shot. Saved by Guimont and cleared away by Vadia with 24 seconds to go in the power play. And Guimont had lost his stick, too. He had to go up and pick it up with the play in the other end.
Few solid chances there by Trinity, and the defense was true to it.
Now Trinity turnover. What are they going to call this, offsides?
No, it's an offside on Roberto.
That's too bad.
But Guimont came up with a few very strong saves to keep this score 2-0 as Trinity put a lot of pressure on in that power play. Still 11 seconds left, but they'll take a face-off just outside the Trinity zone.
Burke, face-off goes into the Trinity end.
That should wrap up the penalty.
Jack Hutchins.
Good back check.
There's a turnover. Luke Morris had it momentarily, and now the teams are at even strength. So no harm there from the Trinity power play. They fired into the Bedford end.
Ooh, icing was waved.
Fired off the glass. And Purcell shoots it out of the zone to Burke. Burke up ahead to Quinlan Kerr. He chases it behind the net. Kerr wheeling around, puts on the brakes, falls down. Held in there by Burke along the wall. But now McDonough's able to clear the zone for Trinity. McDonough carrying it in. He gets by one man, but Owen Roberto takes him down. McDonough loses the puck. Now Bedford coming the other way. Owen Roberto can't get a stick on the puck.
Ooh, tough shot there.
Kerr takes a hit there from Booth. Up the board to Boss. Vadia plays it. Boss gets it back momentarily, but now it's taken over by Bedford. Brett Nyland with the puck in the neutral zone, trying to get by McDonough. He does. Toe drag. Can't make that work, but held in there by Vadia. He fires it back down low. And the forecheck is on here. Caden Booth for Trinity. All he can do is just fire it into the Bedford end.
Ooh,
now Quinlan Kerr, he's got a lane here. Quinlan Kerr tries to get by his man, can't do it. But it's held in at the point there by Brian Greer. Centering pass, shot, score!
Oh, great shot. Great
Will
shot.
Scott with a missile in the slot over the shoulder of Brewitt. 3-0 Bedford.
Yeah, who dug it out of the corner there, Harry? I couldn't quite see that.
I think, I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to look at the, take a look at the replay here, or at least the delayed video feed. We could figure that out.
Yeah, great snipe from Will Scott. Right open, high slot.
Might have been Quinlan Kerr following the lost puck. So off the face-off, Morris takes it for Bedford. The hole gets deeper here for Trinity.
That was Nyland. Nyland dug it out of that left corner there and found Scott cutting across the middle. Scott finished the job with a high snipe.
Here's a shot by Glass that hits the leg. Taken away and cleared out by Bedford. Shea Lucantoni has a chance, but he gets worked off the puck. Ryan Glass takes it back, wheels around his net, and comes back the other way. Ryan Glass into the Bedford end, and they're going to call an offside on Trinity. 10:53 to play. 3-0 Bedford. Goals by Will Scott, Brady Burke, and Owen Roberto.
We saw a hard hit right there, just a little past the whistle there. Perhaps a little chippiness coming in here. It's been a physical game the whole game. We'll see if any of this physicality turns into a little more than just physicality.
More penalties, perhaps?
We might see it. We have two referees that kept their eyes on it the whole time. They've been letting them play, but that might change.
Now we have an offsides call here, so the Face-off just outside the Bedford zone. Wozlak on the face-off. He knocks it into the Trinity end where Brandon Boss has to chase it down. Owen Roberto's on him. Andrew Reed loses the puck in the corner. Bedford takes over.
And Tom touched on it in the intermission there, that they've been really strong on the forecheck, and that continues here in the early parts of the third period.
Now Wozlak on the near wall trying to hold it in, but Trinity sends it out. Giroux chases it down with A.J. True all over him. Wozlak chips it up into the Trinity end. He's got a chance here. Takes a shot. Brewitt just swallows it up. He had Owen Roberto on his wing, but decided to take the shot anyway. 10-10 to go. Bedford nursing a 3-0 lead here in the third period. In the driver's seat, they can just hang on to this lead. They have a chance to hop over Trinity in the standings here. They're currently in 5th place. Could get as high as 3rd, depending on results this weekend. Giroux from the point, shot blocked. And Caden Booth brings it over for Trinity. Centering attempt is intercepted.
Yeah, good back check by Brett Nyland. Got back, got a stick in the lane.
Quinlan Kerr's got Will Scott with him. Takes a shot. Save by Brewitt. And the puck goes, I'm not sure where the puck is. Did it go out of the zone?
Into the net.
Did,
yeah.
okay. So Brewitt sent it into the netting. Because he did get hit a little bit. Will Scott kind of came in real tight on him. I thought maybe he had knocked the puck out of his glove, and the officials called a goaltender interference, but that is not the case.
No.
Off the faceoff, Vadia at the point. Gets it to Nyland along the wall. Now Kerr down low in the corner being checked by Ryan Glass. Nyland joins the fray. They knock it to the other corner where Will Scott waits for it. Ryan Glass now up to Caden Booth. Vadia holds it in.
Yeah, a bit of a risky pinch there by Vadia. You got the 3-0 lead. I'm not sure they really needed that, but
now there's a shot by Will Scott, save. Quinlan Kerr gets it to Nyland in tight. Brewitt's able to make that save, and now here comes Trinity 3-on-2. High shot by Hutchins right over the net, and Guimont had to duck that one. Now Nyland takes a shot, and the stick went flying. I don't know what happened there. Trinity player lost his stick. It's number 20, DeZillo.
Yeah, I think his stick got tangled up with, I think it was Quinlan Kerr over there.
And the shot on goal by Will Scott, covered up by Brew. We get a whistle here. 8:55 to play now. 3-0 Bedford in the lead. And we're going to get a face-off here to Brewitt's right. And it's going to be DeBonville on the face-off. Fourth line seeing a little action here for Marty Myers. Brady Watts backhands it out of the zone. Vadia fires it right back in. Brewitt had to make a save, but he left it there. Everybody was just staring at the puck. Finally cleared it out. Now here's Clarity. He chips it into the Bedford end. Brian Greer wheels around, clears it out. Gets the puck up to Andrew Johnson. He couldn't play it, though. DeBonville's going after it. Instead, Brady Watts has it. Gets it up to Salzman for Trinity. His shot blocked by Vadia. Now here's Andrew Johnson with the puck trying to get by his check. He's ridden off the puck by number 19, Popkin. Now here's Clarity with it. Up to Brady Watts. Has that taken away from him.
Another good back check.
Ryan Glass had it momentarily. Puck is still bouncing around the neutral zone. Picked up by Salzman right there. Brady Burke now behind the Bedford net. Long lead pass is intercepted there by Clarity. He's able to hold it in for Trinity. DeZillo in the corner being checked by Giroux. Wozlak gets it loose up to Brady Burke. Burke able to kick it up out of the zone. Still fighting. Had it taken away from him, but at least he got it out of the zone. Now Luke Moores sends it to Giroux. Up to Owen Roberto. Now here's Owen Roberto with a head of speed, 2-on-2. He's got Wozlak with him. High shot off the shoulder of Brewitt, goes over the net.
Really nice break out there by Bedford, led to a good shot by Roberto.
And a clearing attempt there by Trinity sends the puck all the way down. Will this be a icing? It will not be. They wave it off. Now Giroux sends it up, tried to send it up to Quinlan Kerr, but instead it's knocked out of the playing surface by Jack Hutchins. We get a whistle. And the clock says 7:01 remaining 3-0 Bedford.
Matty Desmond made a nice play on that puck, saved it as it came into the Bedford bench there, snagged it, saw a little puck action, despite not being on the ice.
Goaltenders are always looking for something to do when they're kind of just sitting there, you're itching to play, get your head in the game. So Purcell now gets away from one check, but he turns the puck over to Jack Hutchins. Nyland comes back and plays the puck. Now Vadia has it, sends it up the board and out of the zone. Fired right back in, though, by Andrew Reed. Vadia. Now up to Quinlan Curry. He's got a chance here. Brewitt comes out of the net and plays it. Fired in from the point by Purcell. Now Trinity takes it out of the zone.
Yeah, that was the exact positioning that Tom was mentioning during that second intermission, where one of the defensemen was creeping up towards that red line. The other was back on the blue line, and Bedford almost took advantage.
Trinity with the change. Bedford fires it in, but coming back for it is Clarity. There's Will Scott for Bedford, sends it up the board. Can't be held in, though. This is going to be an icing, though. They're going to fire it all the way down, too far for Booth. So 5:59 to go here, and it's an icing on Trinity. Face-off will come back to the right of Brewitt. Don't forget the Bulldogs have a game on Saturday. They'll be here at the arena against the Bishop Brady Green Giants. Actually, I'm sorry, that's going to be at in Concord. That's going to be at the Everett Arena. That's a road game. My mistake. Back in the Bedford end. Here's a centering pass. Broken up by Bedford. And Giroux gets away from his check. Sends it across to Brian Greer, who clears it out of the zone. And this will be an icing on Bedford. The puck will come back. Programming note, we've got boys basketball tomorrow. It's going to be Andrew Hansen. Are you calling the game with Lauren, or is Lauren calling the game?
I think they're still working that out right now.
Well,
I think Lauren's on the call as far as I know.
Andrew's the only constant. Andrew Hansen will be calling the game. It's going to be the boys against Portsmouth tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and we'll have that for you on BCTV 23 and Bedford 105.1. Off the faceoff, here's Shea Lucantoni coming in. He's got a lane from the faceoff circle. Takes a shot, and Brewitt flashes the glove and makes a save.
Excellent individual effort by Shea Lucantoni there. Right off the faceoff, got out, made a move behind the defenseman, and got a really good rip. But Brewitt made a nice glove save.
He came out, cut down the angle, and flashed the glove. So on the faceoff here, Owen Roberto. Faceoff is won by Trinity. Ryan Glass just chips it high. Oh, Giroux makes the rebound there. He should be going out for the basketball team. A high rebound there. Pulls the puck down. Brady Burke, Owen Roberto gets to the point. Gurr. Now Giroux fires a shot, hits a leg, but it just goes by the post. Close call.
Leg and a skate. Couple deflections in there. Pinball through the slot.
Back into the corner. Hutchins tries to get it out of the zone. He does. Now Booth fires it all the way in. Trinity with the change, 4:47 to play.
Whoa.
Oh, dangerous feed pass gets intercepted. Here's a chance for DeZillo. He couldn't control the pass, so no harm there, but kind of a risky centering pass there. Now another turnover. A.J. True sends it down low to Booth. And now a turnover here. Brady Burke's got a chance. Gets by one man, takes a high shot. That's gloved by Brewitt, and we'll get a whistle in the Trinity end.
Yeah, they got out with a hustle play at the blue line that time, but previously that was a tough play by Johnny Giroux. Flung it into the middle and was intercepted by the Trinity player. They had a chance.
Very unlike Giroux to make that kind of risky clearing pass.
Totally agree, and they got away with it as they weren't able to get a shot on on Guimont.
Now we get a whistle, a timeout. I'm going to guess it's the Trinity bench that called it. So everybody goes to their respective benches. Bedford scores in the second period. Early in the second period, it was Owen Roberto on the power play. And then followed up, go ahead, what time was that?
That was
at 13:54 was the Roberto goal in the second period. Okay, and then at 6:33, it was Roberto assisting Brady Burke with a second goal. Made it 2-0, and then Nyland with an assist from Scott. Or actually, Scott with the goal, assisted by Nyland at 11:25 of the third period, making it 3-0. And how many saves has Guimont made so far?
See, so it's looking up into that 17, 18 range here. I'm not an official scorekeeper, so I only see what I can. But he's got at least 16 or 17 good, solid saves.
And he's had a couple. I mean, the power play that Trinity had, that was probably the best chance they had to score, and Guimont stood tall. Off the face-off, puck is along the near wall. Clearing attempt, goes to the neutral zone. Purcell across to Vadia. He fires it right back in. Another hit there in front of the Trinity bench. Now DeZillo tries to get the puck out. Instead, Will Scott takes it away and fires it right back in. Bedford will just be happy to do this for the next 4 minutes. Nyland tried to hold it in, and actually Scott did. And Nyland brings the puck in and out while Quinlan Currow is inside the zone. That's going to be an offside, so 3:46 to go.
Yeah, Nyland has the 1 assist, but he's been all over the ice, making really strong plays, digging pucks out of the corners, playing physical, a couple of quick shifty moves to get his teammates open looks.
Marty Myers putting the fourth line out there, keeping his troops fresh, rolling 4 lines here. Keeping the forecheck up here. Moores is able to take it away in the zone. Now Clarity with it momentarily. He holds it in at the blue line, takes a shot, and a save by Guimont with number 10 Lahoiro right in his grill. Makes the save, we'll get a whistle with 3:22 to play.
Yeah, mixing it up right there in front as Guimont makes the saves. Players a little pushing and shoving.
That's probably one of the things the coach told him, to just get to the net, look for the rebound. Lahoiro versus Wozlak. Wozlak wins that face-off and gets it out to Brady Burke. Oh, he had it momentarily. Now Owen Roberto picks up the loose puck and brings it into the zone. He takes a high shot, goes over the crossbar. Brady Burke ridden into the board. Wozlak is there, though. Now Roberto in the slot. High shot, save. Brewitt. Oh, he's been flashing the glove all period. He makes a good save there with 3:04 to play.
And the
So
Trinity
now another
taking
change here.
exception to Brady Burke getting in on the goalie there. Brewitt made a nice save with his glove, and Brady Burke skates right by and took probably 2 or 3 slashes right to the legs.
And Coach Myers makes a quick change, gets his top line out there again. Wozlak on the face-off. It's won by Trinity, though. Puck comes out of the zone. Vadia is able to pick it up in the neutral zone, fire right back in. Comes right out. Owen Roberto backhands it high. Floats over the goalie's head, goes into the corner. Reed fighting forward with Burke. Now the puck comes loose to Brandon Boss, who wheels around off the board to DeZillo. DeZillo tries to get by Vadia, does, but the puck gets away from him. And Guimont is going to just cover the rolling puck for a whistle at 2:37 to play here in regulation.
Yeah, the Trinity offense really hasn't mounted any really strong offensive opportunities here.
Just that power play. That was really the only offensive pressure they're able to generate. So Nyland here on the face-off against Reed, or actually against Booth. Puck comes out of the zone. Trinity's got to pull out. And now Kerr in the Trinity end, he loses the puck, and here comes Trinity the other way. Booth leaves it there, takes a shot, saved by Guimont. Bedford coming the other way. True takes it away from him, but now Kerr gets it back. Kerr fires a shot high. Nyland goes into the corner. Glass hits him. Happy to just tie it up on the board. 2 minutes to go here. Glass against Nyland still. Now Glass comes away with it. And Will Scott lines him up. Puck goes out of play. We're going to get a whistle and a face-off in the Trinity end here with 1:53 to go.
Yeah, absolutely right, Harry. They're content to dump it in deep, chase it around, forecheck as much as they possibly can.
They don't have to score. They got a 3-goal lead. They just have to keep bottling Trinity up.
Keep Trinity on their heels.
Here on the face-off, Wozlak leaves it there for Roberto. His shot is saved by Brewitt. Purcell picks it up in the neutral zone, fires it in. Brewitt tees it up for Ryan Glass. He's got Wozlak all over him. Wozlak rides him into the board. Roberto sends it, or actually it was Burke sends it to the corner. Roberto had it momentarily. Now Lahoiro's trying to get the puck out of the zone. Glass finally chips it away. And Clarity now fires it into the Bedford end. 1:21 to go. Greer in the corner. Hit gets intercepted there momentarily. Now taken right back by Lahoiro. Greer up to Roberto. Waits a moment. Now gets it out of the zone, but it's fired right back in by Booth. They're going to pull the goalkeeper. Extra man out for Trinity.
1 minute. That comes in
and that was
stance.
a high
Ooh.
shot. Who was that? Greer fired it out? No, that was Purcell. Luckily, this is not the NHL. That would have been a 2-minute penalty for delay of game.
Yeah, that might have.
But here in NHIA Division I, it's just a face-off. 56.5 to go here. 6 versus 5 on the ice as Trinity pulls out the goalkeeper, Brewitt. They got Quinn Booth on the face-off here against Logan Plant. Trinity controls. Fire it down low. Quinn Booth behind the net. Gets it across to Salzman. Now Booth in the corner again behind the goal line. He gets by one man. Gets by Moores. Moores is able to take it away though. Quinn has it again. Quinn Booth. Salzman. Puck is loose. Now Giroux plays it in the corner. Tees it up. Tries to clear it out. Kind of a dangerous pass. Just got by Lahoiro there. The puck just misses the Bedford net. It's going to be an icing play here. So almost a goal. 21.7 to play here.
Yeah,
Face-off is going to come back here into the Bedford end.
The Bedford defense was content to watch Trinity fiddle with it along the boards behind Guimont. You know, of course, they're playing strong defense, skating with the players, playing body, making sure that they didn't let any cheap passes out front, but they've done a good job to kill this down with the 6-on-5 opportunity.
Now DeZillo versus Wozlak. He tries to clear it out. It's held in there by Boss into the corner. Giroux gets control of it, and he clears it up, but Brandon Boss could not keep it in the zone. It's going to be cleared out. 9 seconds to play here. There's a shot on goal, stopped by Boss. Off the board. 2 seconds, one. That's going to do it. Bedford with a 3-0 shutout of Trinity on senior night. And the players come out and congratulate Shea Guimont for a well-deserved shutout. So that was really, we were expecting a tough game here, and it was. It was forechecking both ways, but Bedford got the puck to the net. Trinity couldn't. They capitalized 3 times, once on the power play. And with that win, it solidifies their position for a first-round bye. Probably put them into 4th place right now, and depending on the result with the Exeter game, they could wind up in 3rd.
Yeah, excellent game by junior Shea Guimont. Was able to pull out the shutout in a huge game for them. As you mentioned, that's going to have some effect on the rankings as they head down the last 3-game stretch of the season.
Well, that's going to do it from here. Thanks a lot for tuning in. This is the last broadcast we're doing in the regular season. The next time you'll be seeing us and hearing us, it'll be in the playoffs, which will probably be in the quarter round, assuming Bedford hangs on to that bye. So the final here is Bedford 3, Trinity nothing. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, George Cox on the camera. Thank you, Corey Munster-Tiger and Tommy Huther for contributing to the broadcast. Final score 3-0. So long from Sullivan Arena, everybody.